I have to talk to you.
Kit said that he would be here, and Noelle was coming back from a meeting, so she was going to, so she thought she'd be back.
Perfect schoolroom, baseball speaking.
Oh my.
Hey, one super day today, huh?
It was.
Man, no wind, just
Nice.
super.
What is this?
It's a JDA, it's a housing authority,
Oh, okay.
for them, not for us.
Right. Oh, I see.
Kind of like mine. You got it? Yep.
Hello?
You have to put the microphone on.
Hello?
Yeah, like.
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Is it turned up all the way? Did you press the button all the way? Well, I want her to be able to hear too, because the camera is the other way. Yeah.
Well, I look at this morning and I agree.
That's my philosophy. If you wake up above ground, no matter how bad the day is, it's gotta be a good day.
Didn't you drive in South Didn't you? I thought I saw you driving the big bike.
Today,
Didn't you have a twins? With the car, just like you.
it's an old part, oh, the Sabre,
Yep.
the guy might have stole my car, I don't know.
Could have been.
I came back from farming yesterday afternoon, and 85 was the going speed.
Wow.
You were in the way, unbelievable. So, the big four-wheel drive pickup passed me doing about 88 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I followed him all the way to Bismarck. And when we pulled off on 83 to the stop there before he won 83,
Yep.
I pulled up alongside of him.
Yep.
He was driving about 88 and I was driving about 87.
Wow. You gotta let me get the fuck out of that. Like, I was figuring the light would get on back and football.
Yep.
You gotta let them get out there a lot.
Yeah.
So they can get great.
I must have been having a conference call, huh?
Hey, John. Off topic. The
was it 4520?
Right, the total amount of working capital.
Oh, Sharon had just asked me what the mill was. I'll get you a different one.
Okay, and I needed some evaluation anyways, I need.
It was on
but-
57 or 53 for 2017?
I'll email you.
Okay. It's on call. I'll try to look for it.
You know what I used to do when I worked on the railroad?
What's that?
Pull ties.
You know what I used to do when I was on the railroad? Retie.
That's where I wear shoes like this.
Put that on, Sharon. Noelle, are you on?
Yep, I sure am.
Okay, a couple more seconds. Okay, we will call the special commission meeting September 27th to order. First on the agenda, security system, City Hall.
I guess I can speak to that. I had requested that to be on the agenda to expedite the install of the security system here at the City Hall. Friday, this last Friday, just for information, I guess we can get into discussion. Do we
Oh,
want to
sure.
make a motion?
We should do the motion
Yeah.
first. And
Well, I mean, what I've read with, in Robert's Rule of Orders, you can discuss it without a motion. When I looked it up online, that's what it said.
Okay.
And that way, by doing that, then you don't make a bunch of motions that you have to retract and stuff like that, so.
Okay.
Well,
um,
I'll move that we go with Guardian Lock and Safe for a total of $5,478.
Okay? Do you have a second?
I'll second it for discussion.
Okay.
So the reason we wanted to have a special meeting was to look at expediting a security system for this concern on Friday, September 22nd. Email was sent, didn't see it until the weekend, but nonetheless it was sent on Friday. From Joan, good morning. Julie was in this morning to train a little for next week, which is this week. She'll be in the office while Sharon and Joan are gone. So Julie was in this morning to train a little for next week when she is working in the office while Sharon and I are gone. I feel obligated to share with you all that she asked me what she was supposed to do if, when she is working, Larry comes in and requests information or stays in the office with her. She watched a commission meeting online from the last month and noticed his demeanor and distraction when I had shared that both of us would be out of the office, and said it made her really nervous that he would do the same thing to her that he did to Sharon when I had left last March. This is Joan speaking. Honestly, don't know how to address this situation anymore. Aside from myself and my own concerns, I have one employee asking for video cameras because of past experiences and being scared to come to work, and another who wanted my promise that Kim would be around in case Larry comes in when she is working. We have asked for help many times now, and I'm out of ideas of what I'm supposed to do. All three of us are nervous to be in this building alone because of the actions from the president of the commission. We have no idea when he comes in what type of mood he will be in, or if he will demand keys like in June, or when he slapped his statement of charges on me. He was visibly shaking with rage. Sharon will be out the entire month of October. I will be alone in the office. I showed Julie the panic button And we'll talk with Kim about being around. Julie's concerns came completely out of the blue for me. I had no idea she felt this way, and she has gathered it all from watching videos. I don't know at this point what help is available or what you can do, but I'm asking again for help of some kind. Please, Joan. So that's the email I had received. And so Monday morning we made a movement to call a special meeting to address this. If you look in our employee handbook, rules of conduct, workplace threats, violence policy, it's very clear we need to address this. This is very, very serious.
I've never came in and threatened anybody. This is really bogus, but go ahead.
One way to look at that is to
I have a quick question.
install the
How
security
many
system.
commissioners was that sent to?
Reese, Kit, and Noel, Human Resources, I've discussed it. Sharon and I have discussed it before.
Keith, myself, and Noel, yeah.
Okay, so you didn't share it with all of us. Okay.
What you do realize though, Larry, is myself and Noel have talked to you about this.
I've threatened no one. I mean,
I'm not saying that, but did we not talk to you about this situation earlier? Not this specific situation, but I'm just talking about making sure we handle things properly in the workplace.
Now, first of all, we're discussing a security system, we're not discussing.
Oh, well, you just were bringing that up, that's why I said that.
No, I asked, was this sent to everybody, and then I said, this is bogus. So, I didn't bring it up.
This prompted the security system for City Hall agenda item.
My opinion is that as a human resources person, that if we didn't address it, do something, then we would leave ourselves and the city open to issues. I mean, no matter what you think about it, we have to, something has to, we can't just ignore it.
Well, I think I had mentioned before, I think this is a waste of money. We don't need it. Apparently you think different, so, okay. That's why we have more than one person on the commission.
Well, if you look big picture on installing such a system, it's really protection for all individuals who enter the building. So it would be good for either side of any interaction to have that peace of mind that the security system is there. So in place for protection across the board, we did budget for this item in 2018. The idea is to expedite that to address this situation. The idea is that we're looking forward. We're trying to make things better. Once we know of something, we're going to look to address it. And I guess in my opinion, this may be one step toward doing that. But yeah, again, it's a commission. If we have multiple opinions, that's important to hear those as well.
Okay. Anybody have anything else?
I was just gonna say, I guess for me, it's not like trying to place blame or taking sides or anything. I think this is just a really good way, so there aren't any accusations. It's protection on both sides, I guess. That's how I look at it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Noel on the phone for everyone else. Agreed. Yeah, this would solve that argument definitely.
Right, there's no more he said, she said. We have a black and white then.
Yep.
Okay. I would like a copy of that email sent to me. Okay.
Absolutely, sure.
Any other discussion on this?
Well, we could discuss the bids, I guess. Great Plains we had reviewed some time ago, I believe. The newest ones are Guardian and New Vision. Is that correct?
Yep, that is correct. Guardian Lock, when I called them, I just gave them the information. They actually did not come out here, so that is an estimate off of what we've discussed. And I tried to discuss the same thing with them as I did with Great Plains when Great Plains actually came out. So they're kind of based off of all the same information.
Which one did you motion?
I said Guardian, just because it was the lowest bid.
See, no, on Guardian, I'm not sure if they had an extra mic. I know Great Plains talked about putting a mic down onto the table. So when the commission meetings were recorded, make sure everything was very clear. So I'm not sure if that's an added thing on there with them or not.
So Guardian did not physically show
No, they did
up?
not physically come here, no.
Okay.
But Great Plains did.
Great Plains did, and so did the New Vision.
And all of them included the key fob?
Correct.
But like you say, the Great Plains has to do with the camera in here plus a mic.
Yep, they have a mic
So
also.
that way we'd be able to.
Record the videos, and then I can cut the video out and upload that to YouTube.
And what's it look like in the hallway? What was the,
There is 2 cameras in the hallway, one facing front door, so we see who enters through the front door, one facing the back door, see if anybody's entering the back way, and then we have one in the shop going out, so this way we can see if anybody's entering through the shop, either doors. It would go more from the steps, so you wouldn't see the exact doors, but you could tell which area they're coming from.
but there would be no camera in the office area?
We didn't have one at the time when we originally discussed it.
And that would, so that would be beneficial to have one in the, I mean, what's our goal here to remedy a situation like this? Would we want to install one at least at the counter? How does that look? Actually in the office?
It does not matter to me.
Did they mention anything on an additional camera install, what the cost would be?
I'm guessing each one would go up a little bit accordingly with the additional camera stall. I know with Great Plains, they can go up to 8 cameras.
But
So-
we're talking about the number of cameras and they can be adjusted where they
Correct.
are,
Yep,
you know,
Okay.
before
Yep.
installation.
yep, and we could, maybe figure something out where we can have one closer to the door, so this way it can kind of get that view kind of stuff, so.
Mhm.
Well, I don't know what everybody thinks as far as the Guardian versus the Great Plains. We might as well get the best one, so.
So the price was essentially the same, but Great Plains would have a mic system for this
Correct.
room.
Mhm. For the
Personally, I think we go with
commission.
Great Plains, to be honest with you.
Well, I can withdraw my motion.
You can. You have to withdraw the second, I imagine.
I'll withdraw the second of the original motion. I'd like to make a motion to install the security system as soon as possible that Great Plains would provide. $5,550 is the price.
I'll second that.
Okay.
I guess on discussion, because it was prompted by this situation, any process that we have, and it's not really an official thing, but we do have means, obviously if someone feels uncomfortable, whoever comes into the office, can we stamp down with this agenda item some type of process to feel comfortable? And then we want to ensure that this is appeasing the situation. And luckily we have individuals that were named in that email in the room, so we would confirm that as well with this.
Yep.
So if just brainstorming an idea would be if someone feels uncomfortable, you can make a phone call to get someone else in, and then, or if it escalates, hit the panic button. Is that correct?
Yep, that
And
is
the
correct.
panic button goes to the McLean?
It does, it
Goes
goes
to the
directly
sheriff's
to the
office.
sheriff's
Okay.
department.
And let's be, specific on this, that we're not talking about any one situation, on any situation that comes up.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
If we feel uncomfortable. So that's in place, and then if the security system, when that is installed, do we have confirmation that we feel comfortable with the process and having a security system such as that?
I do.
Julie,
I do.
Sharon?
Correct, yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Keith?
Aye.
Reese?
Aye.
No?
Aye.
No. Motion passed. Okay, city audit?
So the city audit, last time we had met, was it Malum and Goodhart had denied?
Correct, yep.
And so I made a call to Malum and Goodhart just to find out more information. It turns out that by the time we made our decision, they had been booked as well. They also had made the comment that quite likely they wouldn't have chosen Washburn within their cycle again anyway. So the question was asked, why is that so, if I may ask? And it was due to just a damaged relationship between the city and Malum and Goodhart. And so I had made an apology for the commission, personally to Linnell. She was representative there. In the future, hopefully we can repair that damaged relationship. I have high hopes of that. But for information on our list of likely auditors, they were the lowest in price. And I did ask that question. Did we damage the relationship due to the fact that we asked for a rebid or reprice? Mm-hmm. Which the answer was no, of course they understand that, that's good business. So that was not it. We aren't able to go with Malum and Goodhart. We need to promptly select another entity because we are mandated to be audited
Yes.
annually.
Yeah.
Found that out as well, did some fact finding, and that is due to bonding.
It's due to the bonds that we have and SEC regulations on continuing disclosure, which is a federal agreement with the bonds that we have to have an annual audit.
Is that because of the type of bonds we have, or what is that?
I talked to Mike Manstrom this morning, and he said, I don't know if it's regard to the type, it's just an assurance to those that buy into the bonds that we are in accordance and everything is where it needs to be, and it was a federal regulation that was put in place. I think it was last year, the year before, you signed the documentation that we would agree to that continuing disclosure agreement. And so then that goes through every December, I believe. That is, and Mike Manstrom files that on our behalf.
Okay.
But is it the state that would say every 2 years?
The state allows every 2 years.
Okay.
And when I was talking to him, I had mentioned, asked a number of questions saying, we can go to every 2 years. Does it factor in that we have a large amount of debt? We have a lot of bonds out there. And he had said to discuss it with our bonding agent, who is Dougherty and Company, and Mike Manstrom. And so then I had reached out to him, and he confirmed that yes, federal requirements mandate us to have an annual audit.
Okay.
So for the sake of further discussion, I'll make a motion that we select Widmer Roll to provide a 2016 audit at a not to exceed price of $18,000.
Okay, we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay.
So then, Malum and Goodhart was at 11,000, now we're bumping into 18,000 for the next monetary bid. What's the feedback, what's the feel, Joan, from talking with these individuals on their ability to actually do the audit? Do they have room?
I'll have to get back in touch with them.
Because we've gone so far, we're risking a few things, and the bond piece is a big one.
I'll get in touch with them as soon as possible and see if we can't secure something. I guess if we need to go a different route, I'll let you know, and with a different company, we can decide at that point a second company or third company, I guess.
And Malum and Goodhart wouldn't take us no matter what.
No, it seemed pretty, because of their schedule is full. They wouldn't be able to even if they had wanted, but if they had room, they likely wouldn't. They had mentioned, I'm not quoting, but there's a fractured relationship between Washburn and then their entity for how representatives have dealt with them on the phone, via email, that type of thing. So hopefully in the future we can repair that, because fractured relationships are not good. So they have no room for us, nor would they if they did have room. And what I'll do, I'll call back, I think, before our next meeting and do some more fact finding, maybe have some more information at our next commission meeting.
I guess I would just like clarification with the fractured relationship. Was it with the office personnel that this fractured relationship?
No, they had mentioned that it was the president of the commission.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So I had not contacted Malum and Goodhart prior to that, and if other commissioners did, I guess.
I never contacted him.
So there are some questions that were asked of them after their last audit cycle. And there's two sides to every story. If they were lagging on answers for that, and vice versa, but that's their response to it. I'm sure we have a side to that as well. But at the end of the day, they weren't entertaining doing an audit for Washburn. That's the black and white of it.
Okay, any other discussion on this? Keith?
Aye.
Reese?
Aye.
Well,
Aye.
yes. Okay. And that was Whitmere and Rowe.
Yeah.
Okay, meeting adjourned?